Welcome to NLTV Sok Manulaka was Achi 15th of March de itu Congress Bhavan de Dimapur District Congress Community Canberra membership drive laga launching program to organize korigina ase aru itu program de special guest to Sri C Apok Jame working president MPCC ase aru ami yan ke janai dishe ke both online or offline bra all together 21 members register korigina ase kunabi ami yan ke janai dishe to ibi itu membership drive laga launching program na operator details sai sao.
First and foremost, I would like to express my thanks to Dimapur Congress District Committee for having organized this very workshop for membership drive. Consider me standing here on behalf of our President, Nagaland PCC, and the office bearers. And today, having launched this program, it is a very momentous, very symbolical, and at the same time, a needed program for the Indian National Congress at large. Our leader Rahul Gandhi has always emphasized on the importance of this Indian Constitution. We have seen him displaying it in the Parliament and even outside, the importance of this Constitution. And why is it so? I will just read the preamble. The preamble says, "We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation." So this Constituent Assembly was made on 26th day of November 1949, which was hereby adopted, enacted, and given to ourselves this Constitution. Today, we are confronted with a lot of forces which are going against this Constitution, which is trying to destroy the very tenet of this Constitution by propagating policies and programs which are in conflict with the interest of the people of India. Not only that, but it has its conflict to the people of our state, Nagaland, who come under the minority category. Not as part of the scheduled tribe, but also as far as secularism is concerned, our very existence is threatened by some of the policies which they have been propagating for the last actively 10 to almost 14 years. So the very purpose of having this enrollment drive is not, as General Secretary in the first instance has mentioned, not for numbers. It is not a number game, but it is a movement. It is basically trying to prick the conscience of our citizens to rise up to the challenges which we are confronted today. And the only party which can confront this is the Indian National Congress. And we in Nagaland are also part of this, the oldest party which has stood for the people right from the time of freedom struggle. The Congress Party has been involved in the birth of this country, in the freedom struggle. At the same time, it was also involved in creating this constitution, and at the same time, it is there to safeguard the interest of the downtrodden. And we have emphasized on the importance of secularism. We have emphasized on the need to have freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of propagating any religion that we want. And especially in the state of Nagaland and in Dimapur, which we consider as a cosmopolitan city, you can say. As the President has rightly mentioned, it involves all the tribes of Nagaland in this Dimapur city. It involves every section of society of the country who are present in this city. It also involves every section of religion which is here in this city. And to ensure there is better understanding, there is unity, and there is progress, it is our bounden duty as citizens of this state to take a stand when we are confronted with the onslaught of a government which is going against the very tenet of this constitution. Why are we going for this drive? We are going against this drive because, as I've mentioned, of the anti-constitutional traits that we see in the present government, contradictory to the constitution. The way they function is basically centralization of power. The BJP government under the leadership of Modi and Amit Shah have been accused of consolidating power and making decisions without adequate consultation with other stakeholders. And we can see that even in our immediate neighbor, Manipur. For the last almost 2 years, they have been in strife, there have been ethnic clashes, and the government, for what reason, has been very silent on this and have not taken any proactive measures to contain the problem which is still prevalent in the state of Manipur. If you see a neighbor in Assam, they have come up with some other laws which basically indirectly is trying to subjugate a minority group. They have come out with an act which is suppressing the propagation of one's beliefs. And this sort of activities which are going on can only be stopped by the collective responsibility of our citizens. And that is why this enrollment drive. Enrollment drive is not just putting your name, but as the saying goes, every drop makes a mighty ocean. So every involvement of every citizen to challenge all the oppression and atrocities against our people, if we collectively stand and voice our dissent, definitely it carries a lot of weightage. It carries a lot of weightage. And collectively, to bring changes, we need your collective involvement in thought and also in action. We are confronted by forces which are trying to destroy the very existence of our way of life, of our belief, and for that, I believe that Indian National Congress is the only potential party which can be a barrier and which can be the vanguard for protecting the interest of the Constitution and of the people by and large. We are talking about centralization of power, but and another thing which they have been very much emphasizing is on the Hindutva agency. Hinduism is a very tolerant religion. It propagates love and peace. But a section of people who are propagating from a very militant perspective is trying to divide and to create hatred among the society of intolerance. And I think that is an area which needs the collective conscious and effort of all of us to stand and to ensure that such onslaught does not take place in Nagaland or elsewhere in the country. We have to have a voice, and to have a voice collectively carries a lot of weight, and therefore this drive which the DCC has initiated is a drive towards that goal. Dimapur is a nerve center of Nagaland, whether it be political, whether it be economical or social. This is an area which germinates all ideas, which germinates all movement. And therefore, we as Congress soldiers, we as Congress supporters and protectors of the downtrodden, of the marginalized, we have to gear up, we have to stand up whenever our presence and our requirement is needed in the hours of turmoil and in the hours where the society needs our help. Dear friends, to translate any policies, to bring about any changes, it needs the power of the people. And the power of the people of Nagaland has shown in the parliamentary elections. Because of all the fear of being marginalized, the fear of being ostracized, the fear of being overrun by fanatism, our people has risen to the occasion. It has pricked their conscience, and they have elected a people's representative who is truly a representative of the people. We as Congress Party, we are committed, we are bound to the interests of our people, and I can assure you that our Member of Parliament is also working tirelessly and visiting every corners of Nagaland to bring hope, to bring changes, and also to bring a new dawn to the state of Nagaland. We are not only talking in terms of the country, but our state also has many areas which needs to be improved, whether political or whether in every aspect, in the development aspect. We see it in the newspapers of the lack of transparency, any developmental activities, and as a party, it is a bounded duty to highlight that so that we become a deterrent to the activities of the present dispensation in the state of Nagaland. Friends, I have not much to add, but let us all unitedly and with a firm commitment of safeguarding the interest of the downtrodden, for safeguarding the interest of this country, the Constitution. I feel that this enrollment drive is an opportune moment for every one of us to enroll and to strengthen the movement for change, to strengthen the movement for justice, and strengthen the movement to ensure that our country is protected from the onslaught of a group or a movement which is trying to destroy the very fabric of our country. We always propagate that there is unity in strength, and definitely if each and every one of us can enroll ourselves, it's a symbol of all of us of standing on the very foundation of secularism, socialism, and a very democratic process that keeps this country alive. Thank you.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.